Hey, everybody. Glenn Hausman here of the No Vacancy Live podcast with my partner in crime, Mr. Anthony Melchiori.
What's up, buddy?
There. Look at us. We're right next to each other. How awesome is this, man?
How are you, man?
I am freaking great. Why? Because over 6,500 people, I think, are here live at AhoaCon 21. We're so proud to be the official podcast of AhoaCon 21. The trade show's over there. The doors just opened. There's a lot of exciting things happening. I'd like to thank Ahoa for making us that. I'd like to thank the good folks over at Red Roof for giving us this sponsorship opportunity to bring this here. In fact, we're going to have them on in just a second, Anthony. But before we do that, I just want to send a special shout-out to Eco Tech Waste. You know them. They're our friends. They do the recyclable baskets that are out there. I think when I'm walking around that trade show, how great it would be to have recyclable baskets that you can just throw all the trash in, throw it all out, not have to worry about all that plastic. Right, Anthony?
Absolutely. And they've been a long-time sponsor, so Thank you very much.
Yes.
And I'm just glad that you got all the hard work.
Yes, let me tell you, I was here super early this morning setting this stuff up so we could look good. And I'll tell you, we were just talking about this beforehand, and I genuinely mean it. The two best-looking people that we've ever had on the show. Let's welcome to the show the hardcore team from Red Roof, Interim President George Limbert and Chief Development Officer Matt Hostetler. Guys, so great to see you here at AhoaCon 21.
Great to see you both. So exciting to be here.
Yeah, it's super great. So, guys, this is freaking awesome. I'm so excited to have you here today. You know, Anthony, they've got big news to announce today.
But before they do, we were just having a conversation, weren't we, off camera? And do you remember my first conference keynote speaking engagement I ever did? Okay.
Right.
How long ago was it? 10 years ago? 5 years ago?
2013.
2013.
So 8 years ago.
And when I came off the stage,
it feels like 20 years ago after the year we've had.
Who did my contract?
George Limbert.
That's right. And so when I get off the stage, you just told me this story. When I get off the stage, tell the story.
So I went up to you. I shook your hand. I said, Anthony, I just want to let you know I'm the attorney that did your contract for this speaking event. And Anthony, in a very New York way, said, "You happy?"
So when I said that, what did that sound like to you? What did that mean?
Sounds like a shakedown to me.
My Midwestern ears, my jaw dropped, and I said, "Yeah, I'm happy."
Because I was really concerned because it was one of my first big keynotes. There was probably a couple thousand people, right? I don't remember. It was a big audience, and if I remembered, I had just broken my rib or something. And I remember I was in a lot of pain, so I'm glad it worked out. And thank you for being a sponsor of this podcast today, and thanks for having us here. And just thanks for your long-term relationship.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. And the one thing I'll never forget you saying at that first speech there in 2013 was revenue management. And you told all the young kids in the audience that they ought to go and get a revenue management degree. Yeah, and I think you saw the future.
And do you remember what I said? That if they don't do revenue management, what they should do?
Yep.
Revenue management.
I thought you were going to say manage revenue. Oh, hey, look who's watching, Matt. She watches all your broadcasts with the No Vacancy Network.
Oh, I'd like to say hello to my lovely wife. Hopefully she'd agree about the handsome comment.
Yeah, I would hope so. That would be a real shame if she's just pulling a prank on him for all these years. So you guys might remember Matt Hostetler from his incredible appearance on Friday Night Audit last month, but when he's not doing that show, he's Chief Development Officer at Red Roof. Matt, how are you feeling? You've been in the job for over a year now?
Yeah, it's actually a year last week. I'm very excited to be the Chief Development Officer at Red Roof of this fine company that's been around since 1973. Here with our colleagues and all the brand folks who talk about Red Roof and the exciting new things that we're coming out with.
Yeah, that's awesome. So this is really cool. One of the things that we've been leading up to, and I've been helping you guys put out some great social media about a big thing that you are announcing today. Very excited that Red Roof, you know them as a leader in economy lodging, has unveiled a new prototype for its groundbreaking Hometown Studios brand here. We're going to be talking all about that. But first, congratulations, guys. It's pretty exciting news.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so excited. And our booth at AhoaCon is a replica of the room. in the new prototype, and we're excited to launch it here at AhoaCon. We think it's revolutionary. We think it's going to be great. Everybody already knows the extended stay segment is so hot, and we're just going to play right in with the new construction prototype.
Yeah,
very excited.
Anthony?
Glenn, can I turn my camera around just to show
of course.
the sheer volume of people?
It's great.
Just remember that a year ago,
I'm going to put this on a one shot as
we
well.
were all in our bedroom, or in our living room, or in our home.
Dude, I wish you would show the crowd before they opened the doors.
And that's Terry. Say hi, Terry.
Hey, Terry. What's going on? So if you go down that way, there's a whole lot of people headed towards the trade show. You can see them. Anthony, you were on.
Look, food workers are working.
Hey, guys.
Cold beverages in there?
Come feed us. All right, so there's like 6,500 people or so that are here. This is really exciting. And guys, it must be exciting for you, too, to see such energy and enthusiasm returning to our industry en masse.
Right. And you said en masse, but I also want to take note that the requirement is for people to wear masks when they're, very close to each other. So most people are wearing masks. So everybody's being safe. But it is great to see. Everyone. It's great to see everyone here at AHOA. Listen, I just was on the stage, and it was amazing what AHOA represents and the percentage of hotels AHOA represents.
Right. Yeah, so I'd love to hear some more of the numbers that you guys put out there today, because that was big news. But I'd love to hear first, tell us about how enthusiastic you are about all of us getting back together and having the platform from which you could unveil this new prototype in a real meaningful way.
I will tell you this. The excitement started months ago, knowing and being involved with the preparation for AhoaCon 2021.
Yep.
The whole team is pumped up. It's exciting to hug so many people that you haven't seen in a few years, safely, obviously masked, but to rekindle these relationships. And everyone knows that, that's a brand standard for us, genuine relationships. And
I thought you meant the hugging.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm very pumped about being here, and so is the whole organization. So, and to see you again one-on-one as well.
I know. It's great to see you guys in person again. I know we saw each other last week at the Alice conference, and while I thought that was a great step forward for the business, this conference just feels so much more energy. Would you agree, Anthony?
100%. People seem normal. People seem worried about their hotels. They seem like, how can they get an edge? How can they buy more hotels? They seem like regular conference, the thing that you come to conference for. A lot of people come to conferences to meet people and to drink, but when you come to AHOA conferences, people are here to do business.
Right.
People are here to find out how they can, get new hotels, how they can save money, what's the newest, what's the greatest, what's the information. And we have everyone from the governor of Texas here to Chris Nassetta from, Hilton and you guys from Ramada. All the brands are here. Everybody's here. Yep. It's absolutely, it just feels good.
Yeah, it sure does. So, George, it must feel really good to be able to have this platform in order to do it. But one of the things I constantly heard about Red Roof during the pandemic was cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. You guys really seem to be able to deliver for your franchisees.
Yeah. The economy segment in general, but most especially Red Roof, is a resilient group.
Yep.
And we survived the pandemic. We don't have strenuous brand standards, so it was easy to reel certain things back, such as breakfast. We don't have a breakfast brand standard, so if you weren't serving breakfast or you wanted to serve breakfast and take it away, that was okay. That was cool. Okay. So we were able to really capitalize on sort of the relationship we have with our franchisees, but also the way that our economy brand works.
Yeah, it's amazing how you were able to build market share during this particular time, which is absolutely incredible when so many hoteliers are out there struggling. And this is really your core audience out there. And I see a lot of those younger second and third generation men and women really flocking to brands such as yours is a great way to break into their own business as opposed to following and taking their parents' business,
Yeah, no doubt. Everybody should have a Red Roof in their portfolio,
right?
No matter who they are.
Matt, would you agree?
Yeah, listen, being the chief development officer, if I didn't agree, there'd be one less good-looking face on the table. So, but yeah, I mean, there's so many passionate entrepreneurs walking amongst us, and yeah, we love talking about our brand because the great part about it is the brand delivers, and our franchisees help us deliver those results. And during the pandemic, for the last 18 months, and even prior to that, we've stood next to our franchisee customer and our guests. So
Right.
that's the key element among all of the success.
You know, it's interesting. You know, we've all been in this industry a long time to see the power of AHOA and the power of Red Roof
Right.
after all these years. Look at it like when we came into this industry, everybody was really focused on, it seemed like expenses, and yield management. Remember when we didn't even say revenue management? Remember that there weren't revenue managers, there were reservation managers, and then I remember when I worked in the city, and I had my revenue manager that I promoted,
Right.
reservation manager, reporting to me instead of director of sales. It's really, people are focused on the right brand and driving revenue. And like, as you said, Red Roof brings the customer.
Yeah, so let me bring it back to what we were talking about, and that's the opportunity that you have now. We all know extended stay has really taken off over the last number of years. Heck, I've been promoting it for as long as I've been doing this No Vacancy podcast, which incidentally, next week we'll hit 500 episodes. Oh wait, the week after next week, 500 episodes. Isn't that crazy? So
Insane. I can't even say, like when you said 500, I don't remember getting up 500 times in my life, let alone do 500 podcasts.
That'll be August 18th. We'll be celebrating our 500th show. I'll be in Mexico. I have to flee the country in order to do that. But guys, this extended stay segment has really taken off over a number of years. People are realizing that the economics just make sense. And I was privy to a lot of the information about this new brand, this new prototype for the Hometown Studios brand, and you're doing great with things like FTEs and not really having to have a whole lot of them. Who wants to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, first of all, congratulations on your almost 500th show.
Thank you.
Pretty amazing. We all know that the No Vacancy podcast is what was the glue that kept the hospitality industry together during the pandemic. So thank you for all that.
You know,
Thank
and that
you.
means the world to us that
A
you
lot.
said that. I mean, like when people say that, they don't think it really resonates with us. It means everything. You know, as we grew up in this business, to know that we helped keep our business together, I know for me personally, it's an achievement that I would never even never consider.
We really think it's an honor and privilege that we are in the place to be able to do that and to be able to help our community find a place. So thank you for acknowledging
no doubt,
that. But
no
back
doubt.
to you guys.
But as far as the prototype goes, it's all about efficiencies. It's all about being able to operate the hotel with six FTEs.
That's sick right there. 6 full-time employees.
So talk about that.
Because similar brands have twice as much.
Yes. Well, one of the things that we did is we positioned the laundry facility behind the front desk. So this enables you to double up. The front desk clerk will be able to go back and do laundry. So that saves FTEs. The way the layout of the building is, it's all queen beds. So there's no trying to figure out which bedspread goes where.
Right.
So it also saves time.
Oh, interesting.
So it's all about efficiencies. In the room, we removed areas in the room that were harder to clean as well. So now you can clean quicker because you're not trying to reach areas that are just difficult to get to. So it's very efficient. It's very operational friendly, but it also maintains the guest experience.
Right. So you are creating more of a culture of generalists as opposed to specialists at your property level.
Absolutely.
And what's the sweet spot for guest stay? How many nights are you looking for? What's the goal?
It's usually around 7 days.
7 days.
It's usually around a 7-day length of stay.
So I'd like to explain that for the layman that doesn't understand having the laundry behind the front desk. Because normally for a person that's just listening, would say, well, if you're a hotelier, you understand. But if maybe you're just a casual listener, you wouldn't understand that. You have less check-ins, you have less check-outs. You have a lot of downtime. Especially during the week when people are staying over for those 6 or 7 days.
Right.
So it makes perfect sense that you would have somebody at the front desk working and doing the laundry, because if not, they're wasting time. And I'm telling you, 99% of the employees I talk to, the number one complaint is not having something to do. When people are busy, they're happy. And if they know they're contributing, they're happy. So at first glance, it would be like, well, that's kind of strange. I've never seen that before. But it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's absolutely the key to this. The efficiency aspects of what we're trying to do with this brand is making it operationally easy to run. We all know, you've heard it at all the conferences up until this point. You're going to hear it all week this week.
Right.
Labor, labor, labor.
Yeah.
And so this new prototype is all about saving on labor, but also still maintaining a good guest experience.
Your timing couldn't be better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit more about what into it. I love these nuances. I love the idea of taking what you had was a good concept and then really thinking about it and breaking it down into all these different components to make it not just better to operate, better to work in, but also a better guest experience. Isn't that right, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we think about taking care of a guest at a Red Roof location, they're obviously first in our minds. So it's very important that these operational efficiencies are in place in order for the housekeeping or the FTE to be out of the way of the guest and go about what they need to do, whether it be working in the room or just in the process of a relocation and being there with their family, whatever it may be.
Right. Anthony?
Yeah, and I just love the fact, listen, if you're really in this business and you love this business, you can really learn the business in this type of brand because you have to do everything. You have to know everything. You have to really be able to think on your feet. So if you're a casual person and you're in that position, that may not be for you. But if you're a person that really wants to learn this business, it's a great place to learn the business. I know night audit is the closest that I've come to something like that where you've done everything. And the night audit, if I wasn't a night auditor, I don't know if I would have ever become a general manager. I understood the entire operation of the hotel.
Wow, that's really interesting. I forgot that you did that first. So when you're learning...
Wait. I'm going to teach them something, guys.
Yeah, okay.
What's the number one secret of a night audit manager or a night manager?
What is that?
Disappear at 3:30.
Why?
And then come back at 3:45 because your entire staff is trying to sleep at 3:45. And you get them on camera. And then when they wake up, I got the Polaroids from security, right? And I would take pictures of them sleeping, and I would put it right where they were sleeping, so when they walk up, I didn't have to say anything.
That's great.
New guest room artwork.
Yeah, right. I had this job in college where I worked in my dorm, and I had to do like security and do the mail and stuff like that. Sometimes I get the overnight shift, and I would literally sleep on the desk from about 3 to 6 a.m.
There you
when
go.
nobody was around.
But I was at the Plaza Hotel, and remember back in the day when you had these big computers? I mean, you literally had an entire room of computers for the hotel. It was huge, and it was it was restricted access, so I wasn't allowed, even as night manager.
Right.
They would restrict me, and I was like, listen, I'm in charge of the friggin' hotel. I got the master key. I got in, and there was the guy in charge of all the computers, laid out sleeping. I took a picture of him, and I put it next to him when he woke up. What do you think he said when he woke up?
I have no idea.
Why'd you do that? Instead of, oh my God, I'm sorry, don't fire me, he's like, why'd you do that?
So, George, I know you come from a legal background and probably have never worked at a property level, but Matt, did you ever work in a hotel, or did you just go straight to development side of the universe?
I was in a different occupancy and rate in my earlier days in the transportation industry, but I got into franchising directly, and I had not worked directly on a property. Being trained on a property, that sort of thing. But as an employee, I've never been on the property.
Right.
So my goal is to work with the developers, the franchise operators, to bring them in and understand our brand and how the efficiencies and the operations can help them in their entrepreneurship and have a great brand
with
in their portfolio.
With that voice, it sounds like you're in charge of the Teamsters.
That's for sure. Well, to be fair, it was super loud last night, and everybody was shouting. So that's just a side effect of it, but it does sound gravelly and good, I'll tell you. So that brings up a great point, though, Matt. You guys couldn't do this in a vacuum. You couldn't just create it on your own and put it out there and say, hey, community, buy this product. What was it like engaging with the owners and potential owners in reinventing the Hometown Studios prototype that you're debuting here? Come by and check them out at booth 1100 if you're out of HOA.
Well, I just think any input that's brought into by operators, franchisee members, industry experienced operators about what they're up against, not only in a pandemic labor issue like industry that we're in now, but what is it daily that they're up against, and how can we improve upon situations that can make their lives easier? This is a great owner-operator model that we have, and I think they'll agree whenever they see a lot of the efficiencies that we've put in place, and we've taken input from operators and industry experts and the architects and design people to make these changes. So it's really a great model that we've come out with.
Any specific idea that came from one of your franchisees in the community that you said, dang, that's a great idea, we got to do that right away?
I'd have to talk about the cubbies a little bit, you know, with regards to putting your personal effects in a drawer, pulling the drawer back, making sure that the drawer functions, that sort of thing operationally. Fold it, put it in the cubby, walk away. When you pull the clothes out of the cubby, it's easy to clean. You don't have to, you really don't have to open up anything to check.
Right.
Even in speed and in room inspections.
It's interesting. Quicker. It's interesting because in wardrobes where they have those cubbies, I always put my stuff in those cubbies. I always look for flat spaces, not to put my stuff in drawers.
Right.
And now I've always learned only use the first and second drawer because I always leave things in the third and fourth drawer. So that's a really good point. It even helps the guest.
Yeah. That's great. That makes a whole lot of sense. And when you think about the cost of a single piece of furniture spread over all of the rooms, getting rid of the drawers alone probably creates significant savings that just go straight to the bottom line.
And less lost and found to deal with.
Right.
And what are the two biggest things people forget in their room?
What? I would say phone chargers.
Yes.
And a pair of shoes.
Nope. I don't want to say the second one.
You sure they leave them? I've heard about hotels that have a whole big box of those things that were left behind.
Yes. And the guest that calls for that thing, if they do call back for them, no, most of them don't. But if they do, it's like they've left their child.
Right. Well, all right. I think that's enough about that topic. We want to keep this a family show over here. So, initial reactions from the franchise community now that this is actually official and coming out, gentlemen. George?
Yeah, no. So far, it's been extremely well received. The other issue that everybody's been talking about is a supply issue.
Right.
Cost of product has gone way up, and so we've reduced certain square footage. We've made certain materials that go along with the prototype are less expensive. Mm-hmm. So we're really trying very hard to really just keep the operator in mind. And I must have said it 100 times already, but I'm going to say it again. It's all about efficiencies.
Right.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, right? Let's talk about when you're sitting in a position you're sitting in, your job, your customer is the hotel owner, right? That's the person that you're focused on. And you have to be able to make the guest that comes to your hotel, their hotel, happy. When you're talking about efficiencies and when you're so laser focused, I should say, on the owner, how do you ensure that those efficiencies don't get in the way of the guest experience?
Yeah, it's all about testing. It's all about testing the product. It's all about testing the layout of the room. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing: if something's not working, we at Red Roof, we listen very, very hard to our guests and to our franchise owners. And if something's not working, we'll change it. Yeah, we're not afraid to say that we made a mistake and we need to move forward in the right direction that's going to make it better for our guests and for our owners.
And the economy hotels I like because I can get in and out quick. Everything seems, like you said, more efficient. I'm not thinking about the efficiencies, but I just want the basic things that I need. I need a hot shower, clean bed, smile at me, make sure everything works, and let me go on my way. If I want a luxury product where I'm going to spend a week with my family, that's a different thing. But when I'm traveling, I don't want the elevator to break. I want to be able to park my car. I want to be able to get in and out of the room as quickly as possible and not lose anything in the process. Unlike my friend Sarah, who I'm about to throw her hair tie to because she forgot her hair tie and I've been carrying it around all day.
If you know Sarah Dandis, she's been on the show before. I think you left that on purpose to mock Anthony. Yeah, she's saying she did. That's awesome. So if you guys didn't catch our show last night that we did from the opening party at a HoCon, go check it out on Sarah's page, Rupert's page, my page, all of those kind of pages. But you guys are, again, taking a page out of that efficiency handbook, really working well. But Hometown Studios isn't the only brand. We're going to talk about some of the others in just a second. But Matt, now that you've got this new tool, you've got this new product, what are your expectations for it? What are your goals? How is that going to be working out for you in the next year or so?
Well, it's really exciting. First of all, we have an award-winning Red Roof franchisee that's actually took the plunge with us with this new product.
Right.
And took and loves the fact of what we've done with the efficiencies, the reduction of the square footage, and all the other things that come along with it that we haven't discussed yet.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we're very excited to be able to say we have somebody that's putting it in the ground the way it is today. And he's excited about it. His team's excited about it. And then my team gets the excitement to go out and develop it all over the U.S. And let's just say we have markets open, and my team's out there talking to people about putting these products in those markets.
So what's the average unit size in terms of rooms? And then I'd love to talk about how you trimmed out some of that square footage to lower construction costs while increasing efficiency.
Yeah, and if we could talk, I know we could probably talk about numbers specifically, but percentages and things like that. And kind of what would you do in construction to save and have efficiencies?
Yeah. Construction, yeah.
So, we took a look at pretty much everything in the box to begin with. All the supply, the generator. We had a backup generator that was part of the original prototype. We removed. We've, again, speaking to George's efficiencies earlier, one person handling, a food mart, the mart, the back of the house, the laundry, and the front desk, addressing the guests and taking care of their needs. We've shortened made the rooms a bit smaller, the cubbies, the outside. We took the stone off the front, still kept a lot of the product in place to provide a very beautiful looking building for a sense of arrival. And in that case, and what else do we have? George, chime in here. Going down the long list of items that we've addressed.
Yeah, I love that you have a whole list of things that you're addressing, because it really tells me that nothing was sacrosanct and you started from scratch to rebuild the concept.
But I think what's really, really, really important, we have to double underline and bold.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Is that just because you have efficiencies does not mean that there's not great value, does not mean it's not a great product, does not mean that there's something missing. It's what the guest wants, and it's what the owner needs in order to be efficient going forward. Especially, our industry is hit with labor shortages that are historic. And I do not think that it's coming back anytime soon. I think that we've lost a percentage of employees that will never come back, and that we just have to do more with less. And these efficiencies are really kind of, I think, the future. And I think your competitors are going to be right behind you trying to steal your ideas.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the economy kept going while a lot of us were sitting on the sidelines because of the pandemic, but that we still needed to deliver trucks of food. Truckers were still out there. The infrastructure of America kept going, and they were staying at economy hotels.
Right.
And so what they want, like you were saying earlier, is a clean, efficient stay. They don't need the frills. They don't need luxury aspects of hotels. They need to be able to sleep at night, get up in the morning, and drive to their next destination. And we think that this extended stay prototype helps you do that.
Yeah, and they don't want to pay for it. They don't want to pay for those frills they don't need.
That's right.
And that's I think been the major Achilles heel of the hospitality industry over the last X amount of years. Everybody gets into this match with each other about who could outdo another, commonly known as amenity creep over there. Let's take a look at the breakfast right now. Everybody introduced new items, so everyone else had to introduce new items and get kind of crazy cuckoo. Now we have that reset where everyone gets a chance to reevaluate breakfast because of the COVID crisis. So how do you make sure, guys, that you're keeping yourself kosher and not getting into that amenity creep game to try to outdo the others?
I'll just say that I don't ever think we had the words amenity creep used in our vocabulary at Red Roof.
Right.
Because that's the way we look at what people want. They want a clean, comfortable room. It doesn't have to be, it's no frills. They want to have a good night's rest. And if they're in a relocation, or if they're traveling for work, or whether they're some of the nation's finest EMTs that are dispatched into a situation. So, that's really what we think about. And you can see that through not only our consumer marketing, but with our new prototype that we're launching.
And the one thing they won't compromise on is clean. They want clean, clean, clean. And if you have it clean, that's all you need, especially going forward. That's what everybody's looking for. They're just looking for a clean room. And I think, it's when the bed was introduced, everyone said, oh, the bed's stupid, 15 years ago, whenever it was, and we started really concentrating on bed. It's clean, stupid. It's really making sure. It's interesting. The full-service, better hotels is where I find mold or I find a hair on my sheet. The economy hotels, I don't know why, and it's true, and I'm not saying it because we have, we were talking about you guys, but those rooms are the cleaner rooms. I don't know why. It just seems to be because they're more efficient. Maybe they're a little bit smaller, they're easier to clean. There are less things for the housekeeper to worry about. It seems to be, for me, again, the thing that I choose when I'm on the road.
Yeah, guys.
Absolutely. I mean, the enhanced cleaning is here to stay. And like we were talking about earlier, the labor shortage is here to stay as well. And so, yeah, I mean, understanding the enhanced cleaning aspects of economy lodging, understanding the need for more labor efficiencies. I mean, it's the key.
Yeah, and, all the food keeps going by. We're seeing thing after thing after thing. And when you got over 6,000 people to feed here, right, guys?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
But honestly, it just makes me happy to see that. It just makes me happy to see.
It makes me happy to be smelling it. That's just one of those.
It smells really good.
I've missed conference food. Not really. But what I really like, and I've said this before, I love the high emphasis on Indian food because I do believe it is the easiest ethnic cuisine to scale up for the buffet setting. It works really, really well. That's just my unsolicited 2 cents. Now, guys, we've been talking about Hometown Studios, but of course you've got the classic Red Roof brand. You've got Red Roof Plus, and you also have the Red Collection, which is a soft branding type of approach where people can get involved in the Red Roof family, but not have to give up their identity at all. So maybe you guys can give us a little update on what's going on with Red Roof, and then Red Roof Plus, and then we'll get to the other collection. Okay, guys, who wants to grab that one?
I mean, Red Roof is, those brands are steady. They've performed, and in a lot of cases outperform in their specific market segments and competitive sets. We have great operators who really, truly believe in the brand. And I've said this before, I like the Mikey cereal story that I always tell that people kind of giggle. But it's the truth. No one liked Life cereal until Mikey tried it. So we got a few people to try Red Roofs, and then they decided that they liked it so much that they have handfuls of Red Roofs now. So that brand is, we, through the pandemic, overly communicated in some cases with our current franchisee base, and, to be that with them and have empathy, but they were okay. And they were doing well and okay with us, so we continued to support them and whatever it was that they needed to continue to keep the brand steady and moving forward. So, because, they're our customer, and we need to make sure they're okay and everything's going on good at their hotels and markets so we can help them continue to deliver great things to the consumer.
You use the word, and I want to make sure that we talk about this word. Empathy. In our industry, when you say amenity creep, right? It's kind of a word people use, and it's like basically what it means for an owner is I've spent a lot of money on stuff that people don't want, okay? And we need to PIP every 5 seconds, and that means we need to put brick that people don't really buy and really care about. So empathy, I think that's been lost a little bit in this brand race over the last 10, 15 years. We say we care. We have drinks with our owners. We hug them. We kiss them. We bring them to events. But do we care? And how you show you care is you give them brands that they can pay their bills on, that they can pay their mortgage on, they can finance on. Because when you look at the hotel business from a consumer standpoint, you're looking from the traveler, the corporate traveler. But really our business is built on brands, strong brands like yours, that really understand what a hotel owner goes through. Because at the end of the day, without the hotel owner, without associations like AHOA, the hotel business is better because of brands and because of associations like AHOA, because they know how the system works. When you're out and about all by yourself on your own, I spent 10 years doing really well on national television around the world, getting those unbranded hotels either back on track or back into a brand because they thought it was easy. And what you guys show is it's not easy, but if you do it right, you can make money.
Well, the pandemic certainly emphasized that point. And partnering with AHOA, AHLA, and working together as a brand was just the key for our owners to get through the pandemic. And communication, like Matt was talking about, overly communicating sometimes, it was everything we needed to do to keep our hotels going. That's for sure.
And I joined the company in 2014, and our marketing slogan was one brand, one focus.
Yep.
Here we are in 2021. We have more than one brand, so you can't have a one brand, one focus tagline. And our tagline really truly is who we are and what we represent as a company, and that's genuine relationships and real results. When somebody comes up to me that I haven't seen for a while and say, I haven't seen you in a while, you need to come see me, that's powerful. It's not just because they want to do a deal, or they miss seeing us. And through the pandemic, it's been difficult on not only relationships at home, but relationships with vendors, the franchisors, etc.
That's extremely true, except for one thing. I did not miss you.
Hey, we did see each other,
Anthony?
I'm going to take a selfie of you, Glenn.
That's great. All right. But, back to serious business, Red Collection. What I really like about that, this is something that's really taken off in the hospitality industry over the last 12 to 14 years or so. I think I've been around too long. I forget the exact dates, but it really gives the operators the best of both worlds, the chance to partner with a great brand such as Red Roof, and helps them maintain their individuality. And it gets you into new markets that you might not have had access to before. How's that side of the business working out for you, gentlemen?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for anybody in a center city market that's independent today but wants to take advantage of what being a part of a brand means. Mm-hmm. Leverage the online travel agency commission structures that brands are able to negotiate,
right?
And leverage having a national system, national sales, all of the things that make you want to be part of a brand, but allowing you to really sort of go at your own on certain things, such as the interior of the room and the design of the hotel and signage and the name of the hotel. It's really a great opportunity for sure.
So George, since you're the interim president, you know me too long. You're in the hot seat, so I'm going to ask you a very challenging question. When you have this type of brand, a lot of the hotel owners want to get away from a PIP. They want to get away from maybe another brand, and they want your systems, but they don't want to put money back into the hotel. And then that hotel may not be up to your standards. So how do you say no to those people and then convince the people that say, listen, this other brand wants me to put X amount of dollars in, this is my budget, this is all I'm willing to do. Like, that must be very, very challenging.
It is, but the individuality that goes along with the Red Collection hotels goes along with pride of ownership. So we don't sit there and say, you've got to put this kind of bedspread on your bed or this kind of paint on your wall. We say, do it, but maintain a high quality. And we find that in the Red Collection that it has been very successful in maintaining high quality. And so those kind of tough conversations about not putting money into the hotel and not doing a PIP and those kind of things, they don't happen as often because it's really the invention of the owner that has come through in their own hotels.
Right, and they realize that the way to get more share and to get higher rates is to ensure you maintain a great product. I don't see so many bad hotels anymore. Really, I think owners are really understanding, and the first generation passed to the second generation, second now to the third, that they really understand quality is what drives business.
And let me just throw in real quick for those of you who are new to the show, Property Improvement Plan is what PIP stands for. It's basically making sure the property is in the best condition possible to adhere towards whatever standards there are in existence. Gentlemen, you got anything else you want to add to what Anthony was saying?
Yeah, we actually call it a PEP, a PEP, a Property Enhancement Plan, because in a lot of cases the property is in great condition. It just needs some TLC and some upgrading. Maybe they just acquired the asset and some of the products a little tired, as we like to say.
Right.
So it's really about George uses individuality. I use personality to the asset and to the market in which it is located. Going into a major city and landing and taking in the transportation to the hotel, whether it be Uber, yellow cab, bus, bicycle, train, whatever it may be. Once you get there, you're able to walk and do whatever you want to do at these nice hotels. So again, it's the systems, the tools that we have available that they can use.
Do you have a hitching post for when I ride out on my horse? So one of the really cool things is that the Red Roof franchise group really feels like a family. Definitely an extension of the AHOA community that we're seeing here. In fact, 86% would recommend Red Roof to other hoteliers, which is saying a lot.
Listen, I can tell you, it's nothing like a referral that's better than any type of sale. And to have somebody to be able to validate and verify what we present as a development team about our organization, and then to have one of our valued current franchisees or past franchisees to stand in our booth or get on a line or on a Teams call and share their experience and their feelings about our company is powerful. So it's not just Matt giving a sales pitch from a laptop. It's just facts, and it's people telling everyone how they feel about it. Visit our booth. You're going to find more than one franchisee that's going to hang with us all week.
Being a brand development manager or president or of a company, I would imagine it's like being a teacher of the AP classes. You better know what you're talking about when you walk in that room, because they are prepared and they know the answers to the questions. And the hoteliers today are sophisticated. So when they're talking to a brand, they know what they want, and they know the answer that you're going to give them. So it better be the answer that they want. And that's good. And, like they say, an educated consumer is your best customer. But it's challenging.
It's yours. We got a question from a good friend of the show, Daniel. What's your thoughts on carpet? Because, I love that LVT myself. What do you guys, where do you guys stand on that?
Yeah, we've gotten rid of it.
Yep.
And, so not too many thoughts other than we don't like it.
Right.
It keeps the smell in the room, and it's really been a huge value to us when, I think Red Roof was one of the first movers to go to the LVT, and it's really been very good for us.
So what do you say to owners that say, I'm sorry, when owners say, well, soundproofing is a problem, and because I know there's soundproofing LVT now.
Yeah, exactly. There's soundproofing LVT. There's other ways to soundproof the room. It's the number one customer complaint is the smell of the room.
Right.
The number one thing in the room that captures the smell is the carpet.
Yeah, Gordon, it's LVT, not LBT. Luxury vinyl tile, it typically goes by. Although there are other permutations that have come onto the market.
And as a person that is in the room, a hotel room almost every week, I will tell you, I notice when the carpet is in the room. And I don't like it. I was just in a room that had very clean carpet, very nice carpet, and I don't like it. There was not one stain on it. It didn't smell. It looked fine. I still was skeeved because we are now – because look, people travel the way that people live. When you go to people's homes, do you see wall-to-wall carpet anymore? When I was a kid, that's all we had was white carpet. My mom was very intense.
One time I got lost in the shag carpet my parents
But we used to have carpet wall to wall. Nobody has carpet wall to wall in their homes anymore, and we don't have that thick wallpaper anymore. So we need to travel the way we live, and I think it's gone.
Any chance we'll bring back wood paneling, guys?
Yes,
in a shaggy mobile.
Yeah,
the shaggy bus. Adding to that too, think about what you need to maintain a carpet versus the vinyl, the vinyl plank flooring. So you think about vacuums needing to be acquired, clean the vacuum, or clean the bucket and the mop in the water. Keeping the water clean, making sure you're using the appropriate chemical in the room to clean it.
Absolutely.
And making sure that the room is fresh and on its way out. There's another efficiency, and that's what we talk about at Red Roof.
Yeah. Right. As a matter of fact, I had a friend that was director of purchasing for a major casino resort on the Strip, and they were talking about going to LVT from carpeting because it saved something like 20 to 30% cleaning time in each individual room. I mean, just take that on one of your hotels, let alone 2,000, 3,000 rooms that you have under a building. It really adds up to timing. And one of the things that I like about your new prototype and your general philosophy of business is this could save a few seconds, this could save a few minutes. In aggregate, over the year, you save so much money that winds up going straight to the bottom line instead of paying for bills that you don't need to pay.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it's the theme of the day. I said it again. Matt said it again. It's about efficiencies and operating a hotel in the most efficient manner in this market, in this day and age, with the labor shortages, is just the key to keeping our owners happy and keeping our guests happy as well.
And it not only benefits the brand, the owner, the consumer. my favorite person in the entire industry is Glenn.
Me.
No. Who are my favorite workers in the industry?
Oh, you mean the housekeepers?
Housekeepers.
Yeah.
So they like it, and I bet you they would stay longer in hotels and in that hotel specifically if they had more efficiencies and it was easier to clean.
Right. And that's an interesting point, guys. You really need to make it as easy as possible on the team that are keeping your guests satisfied in order to keep the business moving.
So I'd imagine
Yes.
a checkout in a hotel, an average hotel room is about 30 to 35 minutes, and a stayover is like 22 minutes. I would imagine that you've reduced that significantly.
Oh, absolutely. And as you all know, happy employees leads to happy guests, and having happy housekeepers who are not doing the things that traditionally they had to do to get the room clean is just a huge key to us, and I think it's going to be a huge key to our industry moving forward. Is really making sure that it's easy to clean the room, just like we talked about. Carpet takes longer to clean. Vinyl plank does not, and it's pet friendly. The vinyl plank.
Yes.
The removing things that are harder to reach in the room for the housekeeper, removing shelves that nobody uses but collect dust. That was one of the things that we did. We brought, like we were talking about earlier, we brought in operators that came in and said, we've cleaned these rooms before. These are the things that we don't want to clean because they're too hard. So let's get them out of the room.
You mean the furniture that has that lip at the bottom of it that you can't get to that last 2 inches with the vacuum, and that we keep banging with the vacuum year after year, day after day, and we have dents all over our furniture? You mean that kind of furniture? We got rid of that?
And let's think about training as well. I mean, training is key, not only for employee retention, taking care of the employee, making sure they understand what it is that their responsibilities are, and providing them the quality and the products needed to do their jobs responsibly, and enjoying what they do because they have those needed essential tools in their carts to make sure that it gets done the appropriate way, and then they get those nice guest responses on the website.
The number one complaint I've gotten over my years
is that I'm your co-host.
That's number two complaint. Believe it or not, number one complaint is broken vacuums.
Right.
If you don't need a vacuum, they can't break.
Right. Absolutely.
And they're too heavy, and their vacuums are too heavy. So,
that's another interesting point, Anthony, because you need to keep your people healthy, right? So if they're lifting stuff, they could get injured, and that's going to cost the hotelier real time and money at the end of the day.
No question.
Yeah. So, guys, we're getting near the end of our hour. I want to give you a chance to speak about any other issues that you have in your mind. Anything going on specifically with you guys that we did not cover?
George, we're excited to have George as our leader. I can say that. The future's bright at Red Roof. I know that might be one of his lines, but we're all on the same page and extremely aligned at Red Roof and moving our business forward. We're very excited about it. I don't know if there's anything that we haven't covered, but we're very excited about talking to anyone here today or anyone that's listening that may hear this in the future to us about our brands and building them and renovating to our brands and being one of our valued customers.
And because
forward.
It's pretty efficient to build and buy one of your brands, it's a good way to enter the hotel industry. Absolutely. It's a really good way to learn the industry. You have a partner with you. It's not going to blow out your budget, and you're able to make money. Someone said about one of your brands, like, give me that brand every single day because that's money in the bank. And that's what it's about.
No, we love entry-level franchisees. That's for sure. We love bringing folks in. We've got a great training department that's top-notch in the industry, that's able to integrate what we call dip the franchisee in red, get them going in the right direction.
Well, listen, guys, I'm at the point in my life where I've been watching everybody do all of these developments my whole career. I felt left out. What does it really take for somebody like me, who's never been in the hospitality business, to get engaged with a company such as yours, to get my own property that I built from the ground up, say a brand new prototype of the Hometown Studios?
Give me a blank check, get out of your way. Get out of my way.
Yeah. Right?
Sorry, gentlemen.
It's one of those great things that America is beautiful just for those reasons, Anthony. There's opportunity out there for everyone. even for Glenn. You know, so it's a super thing too. So if you called us up and talked to us about how do I get in the business, how do I develop, we talk to a lot of various levels of people in their experience level in hospitality to share that. You know, this group of people here, nearly 6,500, are a true testament to how that works in a lot of cases. They're family members, then they're coached through with the family, and before you know it, they're being sponsored into their own hotel operation. So we may think they're a new franchisee to the business, but they've been in the business for a lot of years, and they're experienced. They just, to George, what George said, need to be dipped in the red to understand how we do things at Red Roof and how good they can take their experience to the next level.
Speaking about dipping in bread, maybe a partnership with Maker's Mark would be good with you guys.
Right? I like your train of thought. Is it 5 o'clock yet?
Yeah, right. Join us here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Dallas time for a live Friday Night Audit Wednesday edition coming at you today. Any final thoughts, gentlemen, before we wrap up?
George. Yeah, no, thank you so much for having us. We're really excited about being at AHOACon. It's great to see everybody again. It's great to be on your show. Just can't wait to hear all the buzz about the prototype, and really excited. And as Matt said earlier, the future is bright for Red Roof. So
yeah, and the next time you come on, that interim is going to be dropped.
I'm praying.
Yeah, right. He's not going to say a word. The rest of us will. We wish you the best of luck. We hope that you get to stick around in your current role. Really liking what you guys are doing over there. All right, be sure you go by booth 1100, learn all about it. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I'll be there at 2 p.m. for a special event that's going to be happening. You won't want to miss that. Booth 1100, all day today, all day tomorrow,
now,
2 p.m. special event.
Before they go, George, the first time we met, I asked you a question after I did an event for you. So I'm going to ask you another question. Same question. Are you happy?
He's not happy. Are you happy?
Are you happy?
Absolutely.
The first question he asked you back in 2013.
Oh, am I happy? Oh, well, the question related
George is dreaming. Well, President.
Am I happy with Anthony? Of course I'm happy with Anthony. Yes, no question.
At least someone at this table is.
Absolutely.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Just hang out. We're going to wrap up the show real quick, and then we'll say goodbye to you. All right, this was a lot of fun, Anthony. I love being here at the show. I love feeling the energy of the crowd all around us. How cool is that?
You know what I like?
Yeah.
You know, they said that clean is here to stay, like, you know, deep cleaning.
Yeah.
So that means you're going to stop going from 1 shower a week to 2 showers a week, because cleaning is here to stay.
All right, I don't know about that. That's a little bit too much for me to deal with. All right, everybody, if you like the show, be sure to listen to our audio version. You can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, NoVacancyNews.com, Stitcher, Google, blah, 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 all the places that you get it. You know it already by now. You want to talk to Anthony? He's at Anthony Hotels. I am at Traveling Glenn. Thanks for being here. Remember...
Google, blah, blah, blah.
That's too many. Too freaking many. Go to booth 1100. Say hello to these guys. They are awesome. They will get you into the hotel of your choosing today, this very day. What do they got to do? What do they got to do? You tell them. They're going to make a deal with you. All right, everybody. You've got one life, so blaze on. And
be kind to yourself.
See you all later today for some special content. Peace out.
And